Hey everybody, welcome to the weekend vid. What a market, right? So first we're going to look at those indexes and you will see SPY after the whole market had the simultaneous 2-2 on a Tuesday, up and away they go. You'll see the broadening formation in here, momentum hammer 2-2. So we'll have to see if that continues to confirm or not. You will notice we have a 3 on the weekly SPY. So, we would want to stay above that 599.57, or actually give or take 599.64. If this broadening formation is going to continue to go expando with, long green bars is what we'd like to see. If you go to Qs, you'll see 3-3-2 reversal. Above 501.35 goes out at the highs, which is what we like to see. You'll notice that occurred at the election, triggering a 3-2 reversal after the 1-2-2 rev strat with SPY on a Tuesday, and then up and away they go. If we go to IWM, IWM did go inside day to confirm or negate. Sorry about that. To confirm or negate the rally. If we go to the weekly in here, you'll see the inside week broke upwards with the election and then closed out at the highs. And that did reconfirm a year, so they do have a little bit more distance, 244.46. It's been the weakest one this year, but we will see with that inside day to confirm or negate. If you go to the Dow Jones, you'll see also simultaneous 2-2 on a Tuesday, countering that shooter. If you go on the week, 3, which gives you the broadening formation. So they did what they're supposed to do. Outside week, if they go to the month, pokes down, reclaims, and then 3 with that 2-2 on a Tuesday, changing the monthly continuity. So we're going to have to see, with all the outside weeks, we're going to have a lot of them after last week. Are we going to stay out of that stuff, or are we going to have some guys coming back in? Since we had a big move, we can expect we're going to get some equilibriums forming next week. Not that we're lacking a ton of them this week. We just don't have very many. That being said, if we go and take a look at the inside weeks going into the rest of the month here. And just so you guys know, we're going to be going through a lot here. So if you want to skip to the end, you can do that. And for those of you in stat trading, we do have like a specific focus list that we've already put together here prior to the vid. But the first one we'll see is Snapchat, the 2-1 hammer on the week, inside day, a little closer to 2 down, but we'll see. And specifically, you got some reclaim levels going on in here. So, it's been a lot higher. I don't know if we're going all the way back up there, but you see big old reclaim levels. So you reclaim all this stuff with that 3-2-2 week. This would reconfirm that above 1261. If we go to Google, you're going to see the inside week to confirm or negate the rally, going back into those all-time highs, potentially 190, 182. This working out in here. We go to Microsoft. With Google, you're going to have the potential 3-2-2 on the week, which would cause an outside month. So it was weaker going inside down, but did not stay down, reclaiming a 1, potential 3 to the upside. We'll also see Apple taking last month's lows, potentially a 2-2 back up. So all the mega cappers are closer to confirming what the indexes had done. And I want to sort this actually by industry here. So we got that. If we go to, and that was technology. I want to keep the ones that we don't really talk about out of here. So you're going to see KLAC 3, and we got inside week down in here. So is that going to confirm or negate is our question. There's still an inside month, but bottom of that big old broadening formation. As far as the stronger chips in there, you have Marvel. You can see taking out last month's highs, broadening formation expansion, the 3-2 week last week. NVIDIA, a little bit stronger back up in there. Going into exhaustion risk, though. I think that's about it. Sorry about that. If we go and take a look at the discretionary sector, we're going to see Ford in there, which is a 3-1 on the week. So you got your broadening formation. So can they get out of that is the question. It's kind of been chopping them up in these 2 months range. So it's not my favorite in there, but we will see a lot of home builders. So DHI, which is still an inside month, but we got this inside week at the bottom of the broadening formation and no daily signals setting up. We got a PHM. You're going to see still an inside week and an inside month, but closer to reclaiming all this stuff in here. And if we go to KBH, you see goes 2-2 week and starts reclaiming that stuff. and could become 2-month back up. If we go to TOL, you can see it's already gone 2-week. So this would be reconfirming the reversal in home builders last week, DHI and PHM. If we take a look at restaurants, CMG, you'll see a 3-1 on the week. If we go to the month, it's been chopping them up a little bit, so we're going to have to be careful of that. But it could still trigger a quarter, 62.96. We just don't got much continuity to talk about here. The thing is most things that are going, we're not going to have signals next week. We'll have a lot of 3s, which we'll scan and see who's 3-2 next week. On Monday, Tuesday, and see who's moving still. But a lot of these inside weeks are just going to be things that did not go with the market. So they're either going to confirm or negate what the market had done. So 3-3-1 in CMG, McDonald's, an inside week. eBay, you see inside, this is consumer discretionary retail. Then there is Etsy, which is, a little bit weaker than the rest in there. And then my favorite in here is Carvana. So you can see it's really been on a tear inside week during high volatility. We go to the month, still 1, but could become 2. The quarter, bright green. And you got this yearly triangle, which is still playing out. The 2-2 shooter, 3-2-2 with arc. Puke, 2-1-2 reversal, coming back up, trying to potentially go back 376. So we'll see. That's my favorite in there. In the healthcare sector, we have a lot of shooters, a lot of weaker stuff, which is interesting. If we go to XLV, you see it did go 2s back up, did not go into any magnitudes, but if things were weak, they could bring them back. We'll see. And I know we might have like a war on the healthcare sector with the new president and all that. So, maybe you'll see some bullish and some bearish setups in there. So we go to CI. You're going to see the 3-1 week at the bottom of the range. It's 2 down and green on the month, not the greenest. If we go to AbbVie, you'll see still an inside month 3-1, but inside week up there. If they're going to try and bring them back in, it's a maybe. Bristol Myers, you'll see the 3-2-2 shooter potentially do some triangle out. This is still a quarter 2-2 up, but it's already hit magnitude. It's a matter of, can we triangle out with those weeklies and then get it going again, or is it just going to start puking for an outside quarter? MRK, you see a lot weaker inside week as well. And then DHR, good bit weaker inside week as well. So we'll see if those confirm or negate. On the downside, DHR also could become some slight PMG there if things were to negate. So we'll see, right? I want to see a simultaneous break there. I'm not too interested. If we go to PayPal is 3-2 up quarter. It is bright green month continuity. That's what we're looking for. And then 3-1 week above 8307. You get the 3-1-2, and that could go a lot farther. We got 88, 63, 95, and 103 on the quarterly to potentially go after and target. So that's something I want to know about for sure in the financials. And then outside of that, I don't got too much to show you. There is some simultaneous inside weeks in the industrials, specifically like passenger airlines, which is JetBlue. A lot of nobody, small stocks, JOBY, and then Save, which is Spirit, double inside week. So you might get some simultaneous break there. The bigger airlines, you can see UAL, they're still just cooking. The 3-2 quarter expando, and if we go to the year in here, they're trying to go back up there. So you got some airlines really going this quarter with the industrial sector. If we go to DAL, you're going to see a similar thing. 2-2 quarter still going. Double inside day. If we go to AAL, American Airlines, it's a little weaker, but still a 2-2 quarter with the rest of them reclaiming a lot of this stuff. So there is airlines already going. So this would reconfirm that. They're just a lot weaker, a lot smaller companies. On the downside, last thing I can add in there is Uber, which you can see quarterly red, monthly potential shooter down, and the week inside week shooter to trigger all of that to the downside, and no daily signal to do it. They'd have to reconfirm a 2 down in here. And the last thing I want to add here is car. I want to put down my weekend video or weekend watch lists with some other things, which we'll get to right at the end here. You got an inside week. You've got a potential rev strat day. It's in the industrial sector. And you've got a month in force back through a previous range. Only thing is it's been a lot weaker. It's not like it's going anywhere anytime soon. You see mother bar on the year. So could it turn into a 3 or something? Maybe. It's really more so those options are just kind of cheap if that does explode and start taking all this stuff up. Is if we bring it back to the weekly, You see, you got this big weekly try, the poke up, the poke down, and then maybe that really gets it moving back through these guys up into here. So if you want to play, it's a little spready. It'd be more of a lotto type play, but that's definitely in there. Now, as far as the focus list for what I'm interested in, LEU, not one I've ever traded before, but look at this, a really big volatility, and we get 3 2 down hammer on the week above 94.99. I'd like to know about that. If we go to XEL and utilities, we'll see the 3-1 week, similar to PayPal. You see it has the 3-2 quarter going with that 3-1-2 week setting up. If we go to Carvana, we already talked about that. If we go to Snapchat, we already talked about that. If we go to Roku, doesn't have much of a quarter continuity to talk about here, but we could turn into a 3-2 quarter up. If we bring it back to the weekly here, blow it up a little bit. So you got some pretty big broadening formation stuff going on in here. The slight lower lows, the slight higher highs. So they're expanding this try back here and left. They retested it. Now we got the inside week to try and take out 80.77, and then potentially things get a lot better for Roku. Sorry about that. Things get a lot better for Roku if they want to go back up into this stuff. Above 74.14, we'd like to know about that. And the weekly options are really cheap. The monthly options are also still pretty cheap. Outside of that, TTWO. You see it's really gunning, and this will have no weekly setup, but we have an inside day momentum hammer above 179.34, which would confirm the 2-2 hammer quarter, which would confirm the inside year in up, so day to confirm quarter to confirm year, as well as the 3-2 month. So you got reason to believe that could keep going with all those signals, plus a daily on Monday. Sarah did post her list, and she's got, mostly the same stuff in here, so there's not too much to add from there, but that's about all we got. So hopefully you guys are having a good trading month so far. Obviously a lot of crazy stuff going on, and we're still going to focus on the things that we know are going, like coin. If we go to Bitcoin/BTC, it's really gunning. All right, so I'm still going to be focusing on that stuff, and we'll see what's up next week, if they're going to follow through or not with Monday night's nightly vid. So adios, have a good rest of your weekend, and I hope you guys are having a good time. Adios.